the West Coast Cowboy Tour. If you want to see where I'm going to be, go to thejasonellis.com to see tour dates and where I'm going to be, because I might be in your town. thejasonellis.com. Do it. Go now.
100%. All it does is validate the breakup.
Yeah.
Where you're like, you think that's going to get us back together? You just made me go, oh my God, you're insane.
Did she
Thank
do
you,
Harry
God.
Carey 30 times on video?
An impression of the Chicago Cubs announcer that Will Ferrell used to do? Or
Hi. Hi.
That would be fucking amazing. I'd be like,
Spire Riff.
I'd be like, hi. Shit, I gave up the one.
Hi.
That's a keeper. Liquid death. Hail Satan.
No.
I don't hail Satan at all.
Jesus rocks.
Welcome back.
Oh my God.
Welcome back, Craig Conant.
What's happening?
It's great to have you here, Craig.
This guy sings still. What the fuck else you do?
Yeah, those are nice shoes.
Yeah, Vans. I can't find them anymore. I love them.
Yeah, I got a pair of Nikes
Camouflage.
that I bought like a decade ago, and a couple times they got dirty, and I put them in the washing machine, and they're just great, and they're like black and silver Air Force One looking high top.
I like everything old. I can't. Fuck this new shit, man.
I got like sometimes I buy stuff and I don't get my money's worth. That one.
Yeah.
Dude, like I think I'll wear them dead.
Yeah.
Like, I think I'll be like 80 and I'll be like, and someone will be like, those shoes are sick because I
Put them in my casket.
I don't skate in them. I did skate. I skated in them and they're just like durable. Because sometimes you get shoes and they just blow out and you're like, what the hell are those onions?
Yeah. Onions.
Yeah, that's what I call bad shoes.
That's awesome. I like that. I'm going to steal that. What are those onions?
Yeah.
We call them tufli.
Tufli?
Tufli. Look at their shoes. I think it's Russian for shoe or some shit.
I got a thing with shoes, man. Like I got given these shoes and I was like, I don't know. But then I went, dude, I lost my horse.
Killer boots, man. I'm sorry you lost your horse. To death or to someone?
No, they took it away from me.
You were beating it up?
No.
You lost your horse in a divorce? Wow, there's your country song.
I don't want to pound that out. Like I lost my horse or I beat my horse. Like I'm not. You're afraid of that one?
I'm sorry. I was trying to make you feel better. That was the comfort.
I
can't reach you. You go like this.
I found out last night. I found out. Apparently, there's a thing. I don't want to get into it, but somebody else was part owner, and now they're mad at my ex, and me. And I was like, well, I'm on my way there. So I hung out. We went for a ride, and then I reached out to the person today, and they were like, no.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That's
like,
gut-wrenching.
I'm like, that's... Like, he likes me the most.
Well, that was what I was going to ask. Are you sure that this person has the horse's best interest?
Yeah.
I don't want to... Because I think that the reason this is happening...
Do you get visitation rights?
No. I'm being told that I'm not allowed to visit him, which is...
I feel like they're making this horse a pawn.
I was gonna say that sounds like some hater
issues.
shit. If the horse likes you, let the man feed him some apples.
Why don't we let the horse decide? Why don't you guys stand at opposite ends of the field with sugar cubes?
Dude, if we did that, I got no sugar. I guarantee you, he comes over.
Go down there to the field with.
That's my guy.
Go down there with a boombox over your head.
You're an animal guy, Craig. You understand. And horses, have you ever hung out with horses?
A little bit, not to your capacity, but a handful of times I've ridden horses. Yeah.
Horses have a capacity of love that is 10 times a cat or a dog because they're smarter. And they like really understand.
Oh, you could feel their soul. There's no doubt about it.
Dude, my ex-mother-in-law, which is still, because she's my kid's mother-in-law, so I still think she's my mother-in-law. She took care of a dog of my ex-wife and ours when we were moving houses or whatever, and it just became their dog, Sandy Pandy. I love Sandy Pandy. Every now and then I would see her. She called me the other day to tell me Sandy Pandy has, cancer or whatever, and we got to put her down. She was like 15, 16. She had a good run. But she called me to tell me, and I was walking my horse out in the woods, and I hung up the phone, and I said a little prayer for Sandy Pandy, and I got a little emotional, and 50, that's his name, he put his chin on my shoulder.
Yeah, he knew.
He knew.
Yeah.
And because I had my eyes closed, and I was like, what the? Because he doesn't really do that.
Well, you think I got 4 cats, bro. Whenever I'm sad, they just come purr on me, and then I'm not so sad. And they just go, and you're like, oh, I'm happy now. Thank you.
They say that when they purr on you, it like heals your body.
It does.
And do you wake up in the morning with them on you?
Oh, yeah. I got 4 cats on me,
3.
littered on the bed. Just fucking.
Yeah, me too.
One right on my head. They sleep on me sometimes, too.
Yeah,
it's
me
hilarious.
too. Dude, one of them tries to sit here, but stands up a lot. And I'm watching a movie, and I'm like, look, I love you, dude, but I can't see anything.
Yeah, mister.
Like there's no, I have this. I'm like, I have nothing to look at. You got to let it go, bro.
Mr. Cat, my firstborn, he'll bite the back of my hair and he'll start pulling it. And he'll start pulling my hair in my sleep. I'm like, come on. He wants to play.
That's why I've always thought you're a good guy, because you're a proper animal person. There's people that have animals, like Tully. He has an animal. He loves his dog, but he's not like, we're dumb with it. And that's the other thing. I can decipher where Tully has an angle. He's kind of got a point. If you go, dude, you're like out of your mind with animals, I'd be like, I'm not going to argue. Yeah. I sang him a song this morning.
All the best ones are. I'll just wake up just scratching their chin with their fish breath and be like, I love you.
Do you have dogs?
No dogs.
How do you feel about dogs?
I love dogs. I started off with dogs and then I switched to cats.
Easier with your travel schedule.
Yeah, traveling dogs are an impossibility. You need a wife
or a manager.
It's
who lives at your house.
It's too much. Yeah, or that.
Do you know? I thought of you. I put theoretically my life on the line for my dog the other day because of the fallout of the wildfires in my very typical suburban central Los Angeles neighborhood. We had a close encounter with multiple coyotes.
And you
stood in front.
You toe punted them.
So I saw the one. First, I started going towards it because I didn't realize. I don't think there's a coyote in my neighborhood. I think it's a dog that's got. I'm going in to check the chain. I go,
this dog's not on a leash.
Exactly. And I could just tell by the way the ears were. I was like, yeah, that's a coyote. But he just stopped and had a distance. And I tried to move a little bit away, and he closed. It was a distant distance. I don't want to exaggerate, but so I start fucking yelling.
Yeah.
I'm like, you get the fuck away. And I'm hoping one of the neighbors are going to come out. But they
fuck's a good word for animals.
Yeah.
They get it.
That's a universal language.
It is.
Like you could go to Russia and be like, fuck you, and you'll get shot.
Yep.
Doesn't matter if they don't know what the fuck you just said.
Yeah.
Because they know what you just said.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I picked
YouTube doesn't like it either.
I picked him up. Oh, right. Fuck you.
YouTube.
Fuck you, coyote. So because Iggy's like a 20-pound dog. And I used to know coyotes up in the Hollywood Hills to be smaller. This was like German Shepherd size. And he had a friend, at least one friend I could see around the corner, another set of ears.
Oh, they roll deep.
And I know if there's 2, there might be 6.
Oh,
There might be 10.
Shit, more.
So
you need a pocket knife. You need that bat.
Yeah,
you need some sort of.
That's not a very convenient thing to walk around the park in.
No. I'd stick with a K bar.
Yeah.
On your hip.
So I picked him up and I yelled, and he was just sort of like, well, what are you going to do about it? And I'm thinking, like, how do I get to the nearest major intersection where I know he'll back off because they're skittish?
Yeah.
And then speaking of Russians, a Russian guy drove up in an Uber and he's like, dude, just hop in, get out of here. And
Russian guys are good for that.
I got a ride home. I don't know. Nothing would have happened, but I don't know. I don't know how desperate that animal was. I looked it up later. They said males are most aggressive between January and March, because that's when their babies are born.
Oh.
Google, very handy.
Subsequently, yeah. Next
I have a knife with me at all times when I walk my horse.
Let me see your knife.
Bobcats.
What you got?
That's pretty good. I got
little spider claw. You got your own knife.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
You guys should beat it dance later.
I want to see.
Yeah,
I've seen them on the internet.
Yeah, but I have it now because my horse knows. Well, it's not my horse anymore, but he knows when there's bobcats, and I tell him, I'm like, dude, you're huge. Like, if you want to bail, I respect that. But if we stood our ground, I think we could take him. And it's a pretty cool tale. Like, I'm a comedian now. If I fight a bobcat and win with my horse, dude, that's like a special. Like, I'll be like, that is.
Yeah,
like,
that's a good bit.
Right?
Maybe just scare the bobcat off. Don't stab him. It's a cat.
Well, look, I'm not going to come at him, but if he comes at me, if you come at me, we'll tussle. If you come at my horse, I'm going to cut your head off.
Yeah.
That's my boy.
Your horse got those hooves.
Yeah, but if he, if he gets a leap on the back or something, I don't think it would ever. I think if we both go, nah, the bobcat would be like,
nay.
Yeah, that's what I think. I think it's the same with everything. Sharks, all that stuff. When you stand your ground, animals flinch that. They respect it. Same with crazy homeless people. Crazy homeless people. One time a guy took a poopy in the parking lot and he was like scaring ladies. And then I got out of my car and I was like, what's up? And then he was like, nothing. And he talked normal.
Yeah.
Because I'm faking it, but I'm a good faker.
Yeah, because crazy recognize crazy.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I was handing out, I used to do promotional spokes modeling, and I was handing out McCafe coffee coupons.
Yeah.
And there was this homeless guy in a full schizophrenic fit just going, like literally chewing on air. And then I go, hey, you want a free coffee? And he stopped. He goes, yes. And then he took it and he said, thank you. And then he went right back to
I don't want to say it's fake. I just want to say it's selective.
Yeah.
Like by memory. Like I don't remember certain things.
I gave
other things that are cool, I'll never forget.
That's a funny story. It popped up.
Go.
So those McCafe coupons, they gave me like a shoebox full. Yeah. And my job is to hand them out. So me and my buddy just gave them to all the homeless people.
I was going to say, how do they know you didn't give them to?
Exactly. And then we got in trouble because the homeless people ended up.
Oh, they came?
No, they hung out outside McDonald's trying to sell the coupons. And they just were soliciting everybody. And I was like, oh, fuck. And I feel bad about that. Anyways, that's the whole story.
Wow.
Just gave a shoebox full of coffee to...
It's like paper boys. You got to give it to the paper to all the people, or you could just throw the whole thing in the trash.
I felt guilty about that. And in my head, I was like, oh, homeless people. I'm doing a good
technically, people.
And and then
Biggie, Michael.
And then the volume I gave it to them in led them to hustling and peddling.
Yeah, that's where they saw the money in it.
And then I felt awful.
They'd be like, I'll get a coffee. When you give them 20, they're like,
I was like, wait a minute. 20, dude. You don't think about this shit.
Controversial statement, but if you're smart enough to think of that as a homeless guy, you're smart enough to get a job.
Yeah, I agree.
Ooh, harsh.
Yeah.
I bet you that McDonald's probably still would give you an application if you asked for one.
Probably all the crack they're smoking.
Yeah, I feel like homeless people could tow me around
rickshaws
on something.
Rickshaws,
yeah. Like, I don't.
Yeah.
I'm like. Look, you're not very good. You're not a people person.
You got to feed them something, an apple and some meth. Like
it's great exercise. It's great exercise. Look, I feel like you're laughing at me like I'm being mean.
No.
I'm trying to, look.
Rickshaw's good, honest work.
I'm laughing at the situation.
I never looked down on those guys in, I don't know, wherever the rickshaws are, Vietnam.
Was there ever, yeah.
Not here, but elsewhere.
Look, what about those guys in San Diego that do the bike one?
Right.
Those guys are respectable.
Those guys probably get laid sometimes.
I think they do.
Yeah.
Okay, so why don't we have? Because I don't think it's a good idea to give a homeless guy a bicycle.
What?
Look, I'll say whatever I want.
He's just gonna sell it.
Thank you. But if he has the rickshaw, right, and he,
but if we chain it to him,
yes, and it gets unlocked at a certain time, and then it immediately dispenses money, so he knows. He stays on there until it feeds him. And then if he wants to go get crack, is people still do crack?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good. So crack, is meth surpassed?
No, it's they're all going strong.
Good.
This is America.
Because I don't think America should give up on crack. You smoke crack?
No.
I
maybe
do.
maybe once.
Just once?
Yeah.
A couple times.
Do you remember the circumstances under which you may or may not have smoked?
I know when I smoked meth, I got out the game and I got sober maybe 3 to 6 months after that. I never I partaked, but my friends went further and I was holding on to the side of the pool. I give that analogy.
Right.
We're swimming in the deep end and I was like, guys,
Me too.
Guys, what are we doing here?
Me too.
And I partaked, but like and then I was like,
Next
I'm out.
day, it's more like, did I smoke crack? Yeah. But did I wake up and go, let's get some more crack? No. I was like, look, shit got heavy last night. I smoked crack.
I need to reevaluate my life.
I'm gonna go to the gym, like clear my head.
I gotta go hug my mom.
Yeah.
Say I'm sorry.
Bare minimum crack has got to be for special occasions.
Yeah.
That can't be a Tuesday drug.
Went in an
One time I did do crack because my nose didn't work. This is not gonna be.
That's a special occasion.
I couldn't sniff it, so I smoked it.
And that was peer pressure. Somebody was like, "You don't have to worry about it. We can make this." And I was like, "What's this?" And it was like freebie. This is banned. We're so banned. I don't care anymore. Like, there's no money in this anyway.
Well,
Suck my dick.
This is news. The president of Colombia said that he honestly believes cocaine should be legalized worldwide. He said all of the violence.
Doesn't he sell it?
Well, he said all of the violence that plagues both Colombians, like this is an argument that many people have made, that it's like
it's true. If you decriminalize it, the crime goes down.
Right, like the countries that produce coffee, kids aren't getting shot in the street over coffee because you just grow the coffee and you sell it and people make money and have normal lives.
Wasn't there a country where they weren't allowed to have their own coffee and that's where they did the monkey poo coffee?
Yeah, I think that's Indonesia.
Right, and you know that. Monkey poo coffee is like a
delicatessen.
No, I was going to say that, but I think that's the wrong word. You're just as dumb as I am. But no, it's like a higher grade of coffee, but it's not. The reason it was even invented is because they ban Indonesians from having their coffee. So they found the coffee that the monkeys pooed out because they poo out the beans, and they were like, "Screw it, we'll just have that." And then white man was like, "Wait a minute, what are you doing with the monkey poo beans?" And they were like, "Oh, it's even specialer, dumbasses." And then people paid extra for monkey poo beans, right, Michael?
That's about right. Yeah.
Yep, I know stuff. I'm educated. Yeah. I mean, I know a guy that's educated.
Why do I want to try this monkey poo coffee?
I've had it.
Yeah.
It's remarkably similar to
coffee. Right.
Yeah.
So I think it was the Dutch.
Poo too, right?
The Dutch, I don't know about that. The Dutch discovered that the Indonesians were growing coffee, and they're like, "That's so good, we're going to take all of it, and we'll kill you guys if you drink any more of it." Not like, "Hey, we'll grow some too, but you guys, of course, have coffee while you work. It'll only enable you to grow that much more coffee." So yeah, so the loophole was if these they're not exactly monkeys, they're called like verpets or
those damn Dutch
mermits or something. Yeah, it's
Dutch
right.
had an empire. They don't know.
People
Dutch was
forget
ravaging
about
Africa.
Exactly.
Ravaging.
Super evil the world over.
Yeah.
And they were like, okay, the ones that those
Good
guys
kickboxes.
shit out, we don't really want that one. And so yeah, I went to some coffee plantation where you could try this kind and that kind, and like the finishing course was the monkey poo one, and it tastes a lot like coffee.
What is with everybody just pulling up and just being like, "Give me your shit, or we'll murder everyone"?
It's got to be a weird thing because it's like I try to hold on to being nice to the world, but I feel like there's a certain amount of like you push me to the point where what's that song where I'm about to break?
One step closer to the edge.
I'm about to break.
Yeah.
Everything inside of me.
Yeah.
Lincoln Park. Yeah.
Yeah.
Chester Bennington, he was killed because he was about to
Kill
uncover
himself.
some stuff.
He was
I don't
happy.
believe that.
He didn't get killed.
Yeah.
That's the same as the Soundgarden guy. They were like, those guys were trying to...
just 3 people that were molested. They were talking about powerful people molesting them and going to investigate that shit. All died at the same time,
Really?
the same way. Yeah, Kate Spade, Chris Cornell, and Chester Bennington. They all were raped and molested by pedophile elites. Then they're about to talk about it, and then they all fucking died.
Or just molested?
A little bit, I don't fucking know.
Because I was molested a bunch of times too. I actually figured out a new one that I didn't even know about like a week ago. But it wasn't that bad.
Yeah, it happens, bro.
It was like 16.
Who
and I was
hasn't
11,
been
and it was a
molested?
girl, so that's not
A
bad.
well-rounded
Yeah.
person that isn't all fucked up with lots of animals.
If you can keep going, it's a good thing.
Mhm.
Because in the end, you become that much tougher and more understanding to the world around you, and you've used all these abilities to stay alive, and then those abilities can later on be superpowers.
That's right.
I agree.
Like now,
Rose
I'm
that
wind
grows
resistant.
from concrete, baby. Tupac that shit.
What?
When you get molested and you come out dope.
Yeah.
You never got
That's what
that
I-
analogy? The rose?
I think that was the working title of that song.
Yeah. That's your new song?
Yeah.
Phoenix rises from the ashes. You never heard that shit?
I heard that one, but not the molested turns into.
I made that one up right now
That
for you.
one's-
That's a custom.
Thank you.
What did I say?
It was good. It got me going.
The phoenix dies in Greek mythology because of molestation.
Yeah.
Oh my!
No, I'm just saying.
Wow,
Wait,
the
what?
Greeks really were fucked
You
up.
guys are combining all three of these analogies.
Oh,
I'm just
right.
saying from the muck rose a pretty thing. The diamond ferments
Yep.
under pressure.
Yeah,
That's what it is.
the
You-
oyster
you
and
butt
the
fuck
and
me,
the,
I
and
turn
the
into
pearl.
a diamond.
There you go.
There you
Yo,
go.
butt fucker McGee over here.
That's what's up. It's like rubbing two sticks together, but gayer.
Yeah. What did I say?
You said I all I heard was molested, which is a weird way to say that.
I know. I want to
But
know.
it softens the blow.
Molested over there. Homie got
Less hot.
molested.
Got a little bit more southern charm that way.
Oh man.
Yeah. Fun.
Craig, you're going to Australia, is that right?
Hell yeah.
I'm going to Australia.
Same time?
No, I wish.
Ah.
Actually, I don't, because nobody would go to my
Yeah.
show.
Brisbane. Why not? You're Australian.
I don't think it works like that.
They don't like you down there?
I don't know. I'm not from there anymore. I'm from America.
You still got
I
a
just
thick
sound funny.
accent.
It's not thick. Wait till you go there, and then you'll be like,
Oh,
"Great."
yeah.
Oh, great corner, mate. You're a thicker, mate. Fucking no way. You're going to go, what
fuck you
the
saying?
fuck are
Yeah.
you saying?
You're going to be hooking up with chicks that talk like that.
Oh, great. Look at chucking in me dumper, mate. That's what they
Check
say.
out me tits.
They will. Check your tits out, mate. What do you reckon, Craig? Pretty good or what? You into that? Hey, Craig, I reckon you're pretty hot. Why don't you come with me tits, mate?
They'll be like, I'm good.
Oh,
Jesus
Bonza,
Christ.
Craig, fucking drop a load on me face, mate.
That's a Rick.
Oh, man. I'll hang with the kangaroos and
Man, tell
koalas.
us a joke, you funny cunt. They're going to love you.
I know. It's crazy.
Have
I've
you-
been
have you
selling out
been?
everything. This is my first time.
Well, you sold that already?
Almost all of them. They keep adding late shows, second
Yeah.
shows, bigger theaters. I moved to bigger venues. They added 1,000-seat theater after I sold out two.
Yeah.
Yeah, so go to the. We sold out. Anyways, the 1,000th theater was just added, and it made me a little nervous. I was like, "Why didn't you do that one first?" Anyways,
So good, dude.
Brisbane, Perth,
That is so
Sydney,
good.
Auckland,
Oh, you go to New Zealand?
Melbourne.
You realize Auckland's...
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah. Doing the whole
Yeah.
busy down there.
I'm not. I'm going, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you just going.
Yeah, I don't know about selling out or anything, but I'm going there.
You will speak it into existence.
Yeah, I think it's only a matter of time.
What do you expect from Australia? I feel like over the years we found that people from America have very unrealistic expectations of what Australia is really like.
I mean, I only know Australian tourists that go to the Comedy Store, and I'm scared.
Okay.
They're
Yeah.
fucking nutty.
Yeah.
In a good way, though, but I don't really party like that. They get down.
Well, you got to take it into account that they're at the Comedy Store. They're on vacation.
That's true.
And-
But they're the only customers that are there at the beginning of the show to the end of the show
Yeah.
and are still enjoying a 4-hour show.
Yeah, we're supporters.
Yeah, like you'll be like, aren't you tired? You know, like I'm tired. And the later in the show, obviously, it's much harder for stand up. But it's where the diamonds are made, where the molested gems are
Right.
found.
The comedy equivalent of molestation.
The old ruby booty rubber over here. Ruby? I don't know. I'm just being silly.
Ruby Booby. That's my new name. Ruby Booby.
I said booty, but yeah, ruby booby rhymes better.
Rudy Booty. Oh, okay.
Yours is better.
That's
You made
it.
it better. You improved it.
Yeah, I bounce back.
What is happening in the comics? Craig's voice is toned perfectly.
Yeah, maybe
Studio-
that's.
Hey, what's up, honky tonk?
Yeah, people text the show too.
Honky tonk. Thank you. I got smooth jazz voice.
Have you ever played
Craig
an
is baked. I'm
instrument?
not baked. Who said that? All right, I'm a little baked. I'm sorry. I'm working on myself.
I couldn't help. I went out to greet you, and I saw that you were rocking out in the car.
Yeah, I was praying to fucking Jesus, bitch. Hell yeah, dog.
Is it Jesus that you pray to?
Hell yeah.
Not just God, a higher power? Jesus.
Oh, both. I think of it like as the Omni God, and then that like
Who's
I pray
the Omni?
just the original, the Alpha, the Omega, the Creator.
All right. Yeah.
And then underneath him is like Jesus and Tupac, and I pray to those mofos.
Praying to Tupac.
And
weird.
And San Miguel,
He had a.
Archangel Michael.
Is it true that there was a Bible thing like Danzig wrote, like an early Bible, Glenn Danzig,
Yeah.
where Jesus was younger and he was in a running race and the guy beat him and he made the dude drop dead?
I don't know.
I think so. Yeah,
I don't think so.
That's a true story.
probably there
I
were.
mean, it's true as the rest of them.
So yeah, like there was no. They decided later what was official Bible and what was unofficial Bible. And there was certain reasons why they decided certain books were written later on or from further out to where they're like, how the hell would you know? But there was also a little bit of, hey, we've been doing this for 200 years and we've kind of settled on an idea of what Jesus is. And that doesn't really jibe with Jesus as we've come to understand him. So let's just cut that one out. So there were like 10 gospels and they cut them down to 4. None of the people who wrote them ever met Jesus, even the ones that survived.
Is it true that Jesus was friends with prostitutes?
Yes.
Do you think he had sexual relations with a prostitute?
I would assume so.
Because I was thinking
He's all loving, all forgiving.
Good with his
that
hands.
counts. 'Cause I was thinking, I'm like single now, and I'm trying to don't just try to jump into stuff. Like that was my next step is like
I game recognized game. I do it every time.
Right? Like,
It's so
dude,
hard.
what
I
is
fall in
that?
love so fast.
it's good. I've got a love addiction.
Yep.
So I cut the sex addiction, and then now I got a love addiction. So I got to watch that because now I don't know what happened. Maybe sober. I don't know what's going on, but I get it. People are sliding into the DMs
It's always
where I'm like, oh, I love you, and I'm like, Jason, no, you don't. You don't know them. Back off. So I'm like, maybe I could just like meet some people, and if the sexual relations happen, they happen. But then I was like, what would Jesus do? Because I listen to God talking to me a lot. Like sometimes he gives me great advice, and I'm like, oh, thank you. I needed it. I needed it right then too. That was very important. And then sometimes he gives me gifts. Like I've always wanted to like sleep with weightlifting ladies, and then a weightlifter lady slid into my DMs the other day. I was like,
Isn't it funny how that happens?
what is that?
I swear I'll
did
think
God-
of some shit and it's boom, and I'm like, is that God or the devil? Which one is this?
God sent me a
Because you just think of some shit and then a big booty, dimple booty, and hits you up, and you're like, oh shit, I'm trying to be a good man.
Yeah, but that was I was thinking. Like, did Jesus have sex? Because if he didn't have sex, maybe
You're
I should
supposed
not have
to.
sex.
It's just
and
not
I was like,
supposed
but
to
I'm not
be-
Jesus. But then I thought Jesus probably had sex, and they just cut that out.
Oh yeah, I believe he had a wife and family, and he was. I think it's all about union, and keeping the family nucleus together. I'm not good at that. I'm not, and I've broken everything I've been in, and but yeah, I believe in that, but it's really fucking hard, especially hard in our line of work. Like people don't understand.
We're so charming.
Yeah, we're comedians, and you do like 8,000 things. And I never understood it, but until you experience it, they're just like, hey, what's up? Want to see my chi-chis? And I'm like, yeah. Yes, I do.
I also think that God made my penis, and my penis is one of the better penises on the planet. And I was in the gay community for a little bit. I've seen dicks. I'm ranked very high. And I'm like, if he made that for me, what is that not a part of?
Isn't that for the world?
Isn't that? Aren't I supposed to show everybody that?
I don't know. Maybe
the
not.
devil
Who
made my
knows?
penis. Maybe I have an evil penis. There's a song about that.
Yeah, you're supposed to like hold in your semen and do tantric shit. It was taught in
Who
all
said
these.
that?
No, that's what that tantra shit in the ancient religions, Hindu shit. I don't know.
ever
You
let it
Google it.
go?
Help me out.
Do you ever let it out?
You orgasm, but there's a way.
like Sting?
I've never done it in
Like
my
Sting.
life, but there's a way to orgasm, but keep it in.
I've done that.
And you're questioning me, and he's done it. I haven't even done it, and I know what I'm.
No, this
He
one
said,
time.
"What the fuck are you talking about?" He's like, "Oh, I've done that."
Are you talking about sort of spiritually
Tantric, orgasmic shit. The tantric.
retaining it and keeping your energy
but
and
you
distributing it through your
They
body?
say you go orgasm for like fucking hours on that shit.
Yeah, one time I jizzed so many
And
times.
I don't understand it because I do the old school way.
Yeah.
But
That's
premature.
Good one, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nah, I wish. I got circumcised at 20 years old, and I take a while.
Yeah.
It's kind of annoying.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Because I'm not circumcised. And
I should
know
have kept it.
A lot of people say, it's in your stand-up, shut up.
Good story.
I've people have said to me before, like especially when my son was born, they were like, "Are you going to circumcise him?" I was like, "No," and they're like, "Aren't you worried about infections or whatever?" And I was like, "I've got the same thing, and nothing ever happened to my penis."
It's all a
What are
lie
you
and a
talking
myth.
about?
It's some weird shit
And a pretty weird one.
to cut off.
because they originally bit it off with their
Just to
teeth,
oh, I know.
and then
What?
they suck the blood out or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, it
Well,
is-
and
What the
consider
fuck?
it's fucked up in this day and age. Consider a world in which infant mortality was incredibly high, as it was.
I
People
don't
lost,
think
like,
it was their pecker.
No, but as
no,
it
but
was,
they were adding that element.
you
made it
added
worse.
that element, and also you had primitive surgical stuff. Like how many was infant mortality
the
that
babies
high, or
were
did the
dying-
babies all just bleed out when you chop part of their dick off?
Yeah,
That's
like
what
you're-
I'm saying. Maybe they fucking died because you're chopping their dick off and they don't have the proper tools, cleaning instruments, etc.
I'm saying if you're born
Oh.
with a little bit of a weak immune system, and then somebody chops off a piece of your wiener, and then you got to use more immune system to heal that didn't help.
Just think of it logically. Your baby's brand new. Hey, let me chop off a piece of his pecker.
Yeah.
That's like getting a brand new car. Let me take off the muffler. What the fuck are you doing? Leave it.
Yeah.
Leave it.
Take it to the next level. Who are the people who are going to medical school who are like, yeah, I'll be that kind of doctor.
Yeah, that was in my
Yeah.
dick doctor story. I was
Yeah.
like, who becomes a dick doctor? Even if you're gay, it's the drippy dick, the warty dick, the sick dick.
Yeah.
You're not even getting
sick
healthy
dick.
dick.
I got a friend named Sick Dick. He's pretty cool.
Yeah, I bet you do.
Was anal
man.
discharge too competitive? You got into that instead?
Holy shit.
Hey everybody, Jason Ellis here for the Jason Ellis Show. Do you sweat? Do you work out? Do you do things? I'm a guy that constantly does things, and in the gym, everybody says, "Hey Jason, you're the sweatiest person in the history of this gym." To every gym I go. If there was a world record that could be had, I would like to run for it because I believe I could be in the Guinness Book of Records. Mando has full body deodorant. Mando has antibiotic body wash. This is my favorite thing, man. Mando has deodorant wipes. So sometimes at my boxing gym, if you go in that shower, you're dirtier than when you got out. So I just use these wipes to clean myself a little bit before I get in the car. You can do your pits, you can do your package, you can do your feet. If you've got stinky feet, try this Mando, baby. It works. Mando starter pack is perfect for new customers. It comes with a solid stick deodorant, cream tube deodorant, 2 free products of your choice, and a mini body wash. That's the one I was saying with this guy, antibiotic, and deodorant wipes. Those are the things that I really like the most because I'm sweaty and always going from one thing to the other. Free shipping, so Bob's your uncle on that one, and a special offer to our listeners. New customers get $5 off the starter pack with our exclusive code that equates to over 40% off your starter pack. Use the code Ellis, like my last name, Ellis, and at shopmando.com. That's shopmando.com. Please support our show and tell them that we sent you. Smell fresher, stay drier, and boost your confidence from head to toe with Mando.
No, I got snipped at 20 because
You didn't roll it back when you were a kid.
Yeah, the stripe in the middle
I had to
didn't
teach-
roll back,
I had
and
to
it
teach my kid.
hurt. It fucking hurt.
Now-
so it gets snagged all the time, literally while having
you have a
sex.
dad?
Or head. Yeah, and he's uncut too, but he didn't teach me shit.
See, that was the thing where my son was going through that. And I was like, and it was right when we were getting divorced. So I was only coming over there like twice a week. And I was talking to him about it. And he's like, I don't want to do it. And I'm like, you got to do it, dude. Like, trust me, if you don't get
Yeah,
that
it'll
thing back,
affect you later.
it's going to be a bad time. And then there was like, I would go over there and his mother would be like, can you help him again? I'm like, yep, I'm going in there. And it's a bit weird. You know, we're 2 dudes, but I'm like, do this. And he's like that. I'm like, yeah, no, you got to keep going, dude. I'm not going to do it for you. You're going to do it. And then I think it was like maybe 4 or 5 visits of me trying to help him. And then I guess he finally did it by himself. And he was like, Mom, take a photo and show Dad. So then I got a photo of it.
That's so funny.
And I was like, good for you, son. It was like a cool moment, but it was also
yeah, you got to roll it back.
Yeah.
That shit
That's like
fucked
the
me
cutest
later
way
in
to
life.
get on the FBI watch list.
The most wholesome family moment.
Yeah.
See, I'm in a different situation where I was circumcised and I chose not to have my son circumcised because what the fuck?
Yeah.
And so I'm trying to teach him something that I don't personally know. So I did. Based on knowing you, I had the conversation intermittently. Are you pulling it back? Like,
Yeah, my son
he's
is
13
not
now. I think he's probably taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah.
My son is not circumcised. My cousin has 4 boys, and I just find it funny that 2 are and 2 are not.
My
And,
brothers were
I
circumcised.
shouldn't have said that, but it's okay. You don't know who they are.
My brothers were circumcised and I wasn't.
Isn't that
But
funny?
it was my mum. My mum was against it.
Yeah, it's insane.
I'm very happy about it. I know that that's the other thing. There's like a thing where girls are like, ew, it's uncircumcised. And I'm like, well, every time I've ever pulled it out when it's time to go, there's no ew. It all works out. That's all.
Yeah, that's mainly in
bullshit.
America too.
Yeah, it's what you're used to.
And yeah.
But it's like, it's handy, man.
Everywhere. Yeah, I
Like,
just
you can do
remember
tricks
you
with
did.
it. You can hold stuff with it. You can pee further.
I didn't need lotion or lube before.
Yeah,
and
you
now
don't need
you
it. Yeah.
do.
Yep. You can
I was
do
like,
it.
what?
Oh, that's gotta be weird. So you had it and then you don't have it.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
Like you had it as an adult. You used it when you had the jacket, and now you're
Yeah.
jacketless.
yeah.
Wow.
Now, they say that you lose a lot of sensation.
That's the thing. Everybody asked me for
Yeah.
reference, but the healing process was so long. The comparison
How long?
was not. Holy shit, bro. 3 months to a year. I was
A
scared.
year.
I was terrified.
Yeah.
You don't even want to know what he said to me. He said, if you jack off with these stitches on your dick, 'cause he knew I was. That's the whole
Yeah.
bit
Yeah.
I have about it. Because you can't jack off because you got stitches on your dick and they cauter your skin shut. And he said, if you masturbate, your skin will peel back like a banana peel. And I
You'll
went,
go blind.
"Bleh."
Yeah.
And then I did it anyways. And I popped a stitch and I bled and I came and it's in my story. West Side.
Represent.
West Side represent.
Dude, check this out. One time when I was a youngster, I was hooking up with this girl in the back of a car, and she got on top of me. I was in the back seat. It was like her mum's car or some weird stuff. And, she just jumped on and was trying to like sit down on it. And it's like, she was not ready and it was a bit sticky. And then all of a sudden, poof, and it starts working. And then I'm like, it's wet, like what's going on? And then I look down, I'm like, oh man, you're on your period? And she goes, no, I'm not. And I'm like, what? And then she got off me, and my runny rollback is what I call it. But the runny rollback, there's like the thing underneath that ripped.
Yeah.
And so it wasn't bad. Well, you couldn't get stitches or anything, but because I was boned up, it was like blood was squirting. And I was like,
Yeah,
whoa.
I gotta lay down now.
Yeah, but I had to get up. But there was an injury there where I wasn't doing nothing to it. Like I let him heal. But even peeing for a couple of days, I was young. It scared me. Like never again would I ever
I need to
go straight away.
I need to make a comedy album called Dick Trauma because circumcised at 20, I had a hematoma on my left testicle because I dropped a sack of cement on it and it swelled up the size of a racquetball.
That seems impossible.
I got stories, bro.
How do you drop cement on it? Like
I had it in my arms in the back of a truck bed, and I jumped off the truck bed, and gravity made it go down because I was a 15-year-old kid with not guns like you, So and I went, oh. And that's the story. And then hang on, my urethra was narrowing because of opioid abuse and prostate infections, and they had to fucking roto-rooter my dick hole with metal rods.
That one.
And I had to go 3 times, and they had to move up and gauge.
Because you kept doing the.
Oh yeah, I didn't listen.
Did
you?
Drugs
do stuff. And then he said you have to dilate your urethra with these catheters, and then of course I didn't because it's a bloody dick hole, and you're crying.
Yeah.
And then I would cry when I would pee. It was crazy. Yeah. And then I find after
it's like chlamydia if you don't treat it.
After the second or third visit, I was like, I started dilating my catheter, and it's all in my act.
So you have you had like gauges in your dick,
he moved up in gauges with the medical instrument rods that he had.
Looked like
literally
earlobes
had to start
of a chick who works at Starbucks.
Yeah. That's I use that as reference.
One time at an after party, I put asparagus in there.
Yeah.
in front of all the girls.
Yeah, I put Q-tips in there, and it's in my act. But I pulled the Q-tip out, and then my dick has little white whiskers and looks like a Fu Manchu.
Yeah. One
And
time I
I
had an
think it's so
STD.
funny, and the audience is like, ah!
Yeah.
They never laugh.
One time I had
You
STD.
did.
Yeah, for
and-
sure. It's
and-
very wise.
One time I had
Kill
STD,
Bill.
and the doctor it looked like Santa Claus, and he had to put a Q-tip in there, and it really hurt. And that was like that stopped me from like being promiscuous for like 6 months.
Yeah, that's how.
I was
That's
like,
it.
that hurt.
After 6 months, I fuck this pussy shit.
And you know what freaked me out? The Green Mile. Every time Tom Hanks peed, he was like, "Ah!" I was like, "I've been there."
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Where you're scared of the pee.
yeah. Oh yeah, I don't want to pee. I'm not drinking
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah. Yeah, the streets are a motherfucker.
You reminded me of a news story that I saw. See if you can guess. As a gift to his wife, a Taiwanese doctor, performed a procedure.
Vaginoplasty. Wait, is that a nose job?
Vaginoplasty. I think that's when you make your vagina look like a nose.
Surgeon and father.
Yeah. Performed a blank on himself.
He gave himself a vag.
He gave himself a vasectomy.
Oh, I
Did
would
it
go
work?
to someone else.
Yeah.
He could see down
He
there.
gave himself the local. I guess
bet.
he'd done it so many times.
I had one live on Instagram. It's not that bad.
You got a vasectomy live on Instagram?
Yeah. And at one point, the nurse was like, because they were pulling on something and it kind of started to hurt
You
a
could
little
film that?
bit. They let me. It was like when they did the burning thing, like smoke was coming off my ball sack, and I was like, dang, that's cool. And then the nurse was like, wow, Mr. Ellis, you have unusually thick balls. And that's when the pain came. Like there was something that you had to reach in and get, and my balls weren't letting it go. And then it felt like somebody slowly kicked me in the nuts. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
woke up. I was put under for my vasectomy, and I came to.
You need more drugs.
The best way that I can explain it is like, say if we took this computer
I was
cable,
thinking of getting one. I also might want 18 kids. I can't make up my mind.
say like if
I'd
if
go
you
with the first option.
yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if you've had kids. You should
Yeah,
know. Well,
You sure you want 17
imagine
more?
taking this and then this is the way that you snip it is by pulling it up.
Yeah.
Cut it. That is the point at which I woke up.
Yeah. That was the bit that made me feel like I slowly got kicked in the testicles.
I mean, I already have 3 dick stories. What's one more? Let's add a 4th. Finish the album.
It is pretty cool to
Yeah,
have a
complete the
vasectomy,
cycle.
though.
Yeah.
You never have to worry about that anymore.
Jesus.
It's handy. So what else is going on, dude?
Oh yeah,
Just
what's going on?
touring
Yeah.
like a motherfucker. I'm beyond tired.
You doing a
Everything's
special?
Good. Eventually, yeah. I was in a mad rush to do it, and then I was hanging with Ari Shafir, and he had wise words. He's like, "Bro, you're already selling tickets. There's no rush.
Yeah.
Take your time. Do it when it's absolutely right, because usually people put out a special to sell tickets. You're already doing that, so now you just need to make sure this is your first presentation to the world and other comics, etc., that don't know who you are." And I just went, "Thank you." Like I was in my head about that, and that simple, just be like, chill, take time, really.
That's a guy you can
Help.
trust too.
That guy has great
for
advice.
That, anyway.
When I first got into stand-up, there's like a YouTube video of him and Hormos Rashidi talking at the Comedy Store. It's like 7 hours. It's the longest shit ever, and it's just a free flow of questions from a newer comic to a veteran comic. And it was the most invaluable information. I listened to it 10 years ago whenever it was posted. And it helped me out immensely. I should have brought that up to him.
Yeah.
But because I listened to it at least a half dozen times in the beginning. See, I'm a dum-dum, but I'm smart. Like when I got into comedy, I was like, who knows more than me? And I literally asked them, or it was free on YouTube. And I remember one guy, he was a veteran to me, and he's getting shows and shit. And I was like, dude, I don't got any money, but I'll give you a quarter of mushrooms just for like 2 hours of advice.
It's a good deal.
And we've been friends ever since.
Yeah.
Lifelong friends. And he gave me the most soundest advice. Tamer Katan, shout out to him. He's in Europe. He's doing London and shit. He's a
Hell
working
yeah.
comic in
Yeah.
Europe. And yeah, that's not hard. Just find anyone with more information, anyone who's successful at anything that you want to do, and go talk to them and be eager and hungry and work hard. I like helping people now that I have information that is helpful to people.
Yeah.
I like helping out hustlers that want it, that are hungry.
That's me. What do I do, Craig?
You're already doing everything. Get out of here, bro.
Good.
You're a hustler. You're
I
at
have
the
been
club.
talking to a lot of people that know a lot of stuff. Whitney Cummings has been a big
Oh
help
my
to me.
God, she knows the most stuff. Get
Yeah.
the fuck out of here. She
She's
could just
been-
produce, write, direct, star, book, movie, script. You're like, what?
She was
Horses.
She was like, "You're doing the show Hawk versus Wolf." We did it at the Comedy Store in the main room, which was really cool for me. But there's the Bones Brigade were there, and she was like, "Here, have some roast jokes for the Bones Brigade if you want." And I was like, "Really? Thank you." And then I read them, and I was like, "I'm not like these guys are not comedians. I'm not saying that to the Bones Brigade. Like they're not gonna.
They're gonna fight you." You said you could say it, Whitney, but I can't.
Yeah, I was like, and some of them were like, I'm an older skateboarder. Like if I go, hey, the only new trick you guys can work on is accepting your hairline. I'm like, I'm bald. Like, how does that work? When I think they go, look at your head.
You're fucking bald.
Yeah. And one of them has hair transplants, and I was like, I can't do it.
That's so funny because just her in 15 minutes of her free time. Let me
she can do
let
it
me
in
just
10
write a quick roast that's perfect. Here you go.
Yeah, she can do it in the parking lot, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you're doing a roast in how long? In 15 minutes? Here's 17 jokes.
She's a genius. She's
Yeah.
a machine.
It
She's
is
a fucking
insane.
machine. She's a comedic. She's
You know what's crazy, dude, is her and you were the only two times in my comedy career where I watched you the first time at Ha-Ha's. I'll never forget it. And I was like, oh, you got a long way to go. And it was like demoralizing, but also I'm good like that. Like
It's
I
an
got
honor.
demoralized and I was like, but you can do it. You just got to work way harder. And then Whitney did at New Material at the Comedy Store. She did some roast stuff for Jelly Roll. And she was like, I'm just going to try these out before I do the roast. And I've been hanging out with her. I knew she wrote them like in the last couple of weeks. And they were just so good that I was like, oh, you got a long way to go. It was like the two times where I was like, oh, you think you're doing good. You got a long way to go.
There's different skills and lanes and tools, and it's an honor for you to say that. But I appreciate that. I'm an excellent storyteller, but that's like I look at people like Fahim Anwar that just can write like whatever happens in the world. The next day he has the most genius bit.
I know.
Ian Edwards is like that. Sam Morrell. These people, and like everyone has different skill sets, and some people have all of them. And that's the goal. Obviously, is to get.
That's the muscle that
Bill
I
Burr
need
is
to-
the yardstick. That guy literally does everything at the most elite level, whether it's comedic. He's in Glenn Ross on Broadway. He's in Breaking Bad to the
He's on
the Manchurian.
He's really good in it all.
or
too.
Mandalorian. I said Manchurian.
What was the TV show that he did the other day? Mr.
Yeah, it's insane.
He was brilliant.
That's the goal. It's hard though.
Yeah.
To get that good at all those things, you're like,
But
come
it's
on.
the same rules apply, man. You throw yourself in and you get obsessed, and then it happens. And if it doesn't happen straight away, you keep going, and eventually it will.
Takes
pop.
about 10 years.
Yeah. Well, TikTok.
But you're hustling faster than others. That's why I said about some people can get this done in 2 to 4.
Well, that's why I've been because I do, as you said earlier, I do a lot of things. I've been cutting those things out. I've kind of let go of skateboarding. I'm like, I want to drive down to San Diego and skate with Tony, and I'm like, nah. It's not so much the going skating; it's the recovery.
I was just gonna say you get injured, bro. I barely fall on a beach cruiser, and I'm just like, concrete.
Sometimes I go to the ramp and I don't slam, and I wake up the next day and I'm like, wait, what part of it? Which bit did I miss out on where I fell?
I just think when you age, not that you're not in amazing shape. Jesus, you're in fucking better shape than me, and you're my elder, and you're fucking ripped and work out and all that jazz. But I don't think
the ligaments and the tendons.
I was like, once you hit 40, I don't think you're meant to do centrifugal force. You're not meant to.
But it makes it more cool to do it.
It does. I see him out there. I'm like, he's still fucking trending. I'm like, oh my God.
That's the thing I noticed, and it's a curse where people are like, dude, how old are you? And I'm like 53, and they're like, and you can skate like that? And then my ego goes, oh yeah. And then I'm back there the next day like, oh, I wonder if I could do this. That'd freak everybody out. And I'm like, dude, stop trying to freak people out. go home.
Just surf because you fall in the water. It doesn't hurt.
Terrible.
You're good at vert skating. You can't surf.
Worst surfer I've ever seen.
What? That doesn't make any sense.
I know. From my background, where I'm from, the country, and all that other stuff, blah blah blah. I've never seen a more untalented surfer than me.
But it's in the same ballpark. I don't understand.
I didn't do it. I could swim good too. It makes no sense.
That makes no sense.
I can't read the waves. Like sometimes I have got a wave and I've got along it and I'm burning along and I'm like, oh, I've got it. And then the next wave, I'm a douche and I just go flying off the end of it. And then another set comes in. That's the one that gets me. When a set comes in and they drown me like 5 or 6 times, I go. That's
why I quit. I want
to go home.
I almost drowned a couple times.
Or when it's cold.
It's fucking terrifying.
That's the other thing. This is the thing I know. The passion isn't there. I don't love surfing. I love getting a ride down the wave, but that doesn't happen in surfing. You don't just get to go and then wee and then wee and then wee. You get one wee and then you get doof doof doof.
Surfing's like the comedy scene. You have to search it, find it, go at the right times.
Wow,
it is. You got to hunt in LA. If it was warm and there was perfect waves right in front of me, I would surf all the time. But it's freezing and you have to drive far to get the perfect little swells and chase it. Otherwise, it's blown out and it stinks and you can't ride it. For
there's the answer, dude.
I don't have it in me like that. I have it in me for stand-up.
Surfing poos on me and I go, I'm going home. Comedy poos on me and I'm like, I'll see you
tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'll be back.
Because I do shows in this alleyway where they have musical guests every now and then, and the musical guest is somebody that doesn't do music. They're just not aware of it yet. And then somebody will go, hey man, you're up next. And I'm like, that's insane.
Yeah.
Like that person just did, I don't even know what that was.
Yeah, I did all that, bro.
Yeah.
It's the best.
Because they do.
It's the best to talk about that.
It was funny because because she was like, this next song's called Two Flames. And there's another guy that's acoustic the other day, but this girl had like a track playing and then she rapped over it and all the lyrics were like Lil Kim stuff. Like it was just like, lick my snatch and all this. And I was like, dang, it was kind of funny.
Yeah.
But she was legitimately trying to rock or rap or whatever the fuck it was she was trying to do. And then a guy leaned over and goes, hey man, you good to go up next? And I was like, oh, it's still comedy. Like I wasn't even aware. I wasn't even sure what was happening.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, man. And I was like, I don't have a song about Two Flames. Like I got some jokes, I guess. And it was when I left, I was like, this was a cool. I laughed. Like it made me happy to be there.
It's so fun doing those weird, insane things. But if you're still doing that, like 10, 12 years in, that means you should quit. Like
I noticed some people.
I know people that are doing open mics 12, 14 years in, and I'm like, I think it's time.
See, I'm noticing,
but I'm also like, do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like how?
Probably nobody has made it out of that. If you're still doing it after 10 or 12 years, accept that's all it's ever going to be, and ask yourself, are you okay? If you're the guy who likes
it's all about your energy.
If you're like the guy who likes to crack a beer and host the open mic, and you look forward to Wednesday nights like other people look forward to trivia nights, and you think you see something in the news, you go, I can write a joke.
And you enjoy it still.
That's great.
If you're 10, 14 years doing open mics and you're doing it for the love and the fun of it and you enjoy it, then I'll shut my mouth. But if you're complaining on why you haven't made it and this, that's when you're not making it because you're complaining.
Which is the set of many people doing open mic.
That's
comedy.
the bitter beer faces. 15 years in, it's time to quit.
I like that reference.
It seems like there's some guys out there.
I stand by that
just
statement.
Loved being there. They just smoked weed.
But if you enjoy it, keep going, baby. Keep going.
They're not working on new material.
Yeah,
they're just like hanging out with their buds. It's like
I call them the pussyfooters, the tiptoers, the teeter totters.
Yeah.
They dip their toe in. Oh, I did it. No, you didn't.
Yeah, because there's no hustle.
You jump in. It's all in. Yeah. You learn to swim or you drown. That's how I operate in stand-up comedy.
Yeah, well, it's working out for you, dude. Very impressed.
Don't drown.
So not doing a special yet, just selling tickets on the road, going everywhere.
Yeah.
What's your favorite place to go to?
Oh, man, everyone always asks this. It's so hard.
Oh, then forget that question.
Hang on. Let me think.
What's your least favorite place to go?
That's not a good
I don't want to say, because then I go back there and I go, fuck you, man.
Yeah.
Blink twice if it's Albuquerque.
No. I like Vegas. I like the trendy cities you would think. Vegas, DC, New York. The one where you walk outside and there's 8 million things to do.
Yeah, okay.
Or some beautiful, like when I did Calgary, I went up to Banff. That was amazing.
I'm going to Calgary soon.
Go to Banff. It's like 1-2 hours.
Oh, no,
what you got to do.
I'm going to Edmonton.
Oh, I did Buffalo, went to Niagara Falls, just any just memorable shit like that.
Do you do stuff after the show? Like, do you go?
After the show,
you see
no,
the things.
absolutely not.
So before the show,
before
you go do whatever the city has to offer.
Yeah, but I'm limited because I care about stand up too much, and I don't want to go exhaust myself,
right?
And then because I'm doing 2 shows a night, 2 hours, and 2 meet and greets. It's exhausting energetically.
Yeah.
Even though you don't move that much.
Meet and greet is more exhausting than
absolutely.
Because people are like,
I'll talk to everyone and hug them, and they'll be like, I'm sober, my kid died, and I'm gonna just cry.
I know a lot of people know me from the radio that come to see my show, and they're like, I've been following you for 20 years. Like, I remember this, I remember that. I did a show in San Diego the other day, and a guy told me that he used to be my neighbor when he was 11, and there was an ice cream truck, and he was like, you came out and you had your kid on your shoulder. My kid that he's referring to is now a 20-year-old that has her own apartment.
That's amazing.
And he was like a big dude.
Didn't it bring you emotional? Isn't it?
Like, he was like, you gave me a skateboard, dude.
Yeah.
And I was like, I did? He was like, it was a big vert board. I couldn't skate it, but you still gave me a skateboard. I was like, and he liked me from when I was nice to him in front of an ice cream truck when he was 11.
Yeah, it's great.
You're not going to not hang out with that.
No, yeah. Sometimes I'll smoke with them. I had weed under control for like maybe 6 months.
We're back in?
I'm back. I ruined it.
How's it feel?
Terrible. I need to quit again.
But you don't like it?
No, I mean, like, I had it. I was able to do it in a sustainable, tolerable, un poquito, just like a little 2 milligram for a flight.
Oh,
but
like a little
one joint would last me like 3 days.
Yeah.
Like how normal people do it.
Yeah.
And then it just.
But that's all you do, right?
Yeah. No, we're still sober from narcotics and alcohol, baby.
Well, then that's.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, that's what I talk about. But we want to.
I know. I've talked to you about it.
I know. I was like, I got it, and I did, and then it was very short lived.
That's what an addict does. Is you think you've got it, and then it gets you again.
But my life doesn't fall apart, and I just eat too many sweets.
Well, that's all right.
But my analogy
I had 3
with
donuts
it is,
before I went to bed last night, and I don't regret it at all. It was so fun. I had like bits of donut on my chest, and I was like, living. That's living, Jace Cakes.
I came up with this analogy about weed. What do you think of it? Weed is like medicine. But you're not supposed to drink Dimetap all day, every day.
What's Dimetap?
Medicine.
Okay.
Like cough syrup. Meaning, like, you're supposed to use it when you need it.
Yeah.
Like, oh shit, you want to go kill someone.
Are you going through a stressful time right now?
Yeah. So I'm smoking way more.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why. I already know.
Yeah.
I'm just dealing with sadness.
It's because the devil.
Breakup and shit. And I just huff.
See, I'm
happy. I'm fine.
I went through a breakup and I got more in the program because I was worried about it.
Yeah, I should go back. Keep coming back. It works if you work.
Because I did the thing. I broke up with somebody. I didn't do anything wrong. So I don't have that thing that usually I have where I feel like such a bad person and there's no weight. Like, I'm just moving on. I like that. I love that person. I always will, but it's not right for me.
Yeah.
And I didn't do anything wrong. And if she had any ill will towards me, it's not valid.
Yeah.
You know? So I'm okay. And it's the first time I've ever broken up with anybody where people ask me, they're like, "Man, you doing okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm okay. Why?" They're like, "I heard you broke up." I'm like, "No, I'm good." And they're like, "Are you sure?" And I'm like, I'm not gonna
leave me alone.
I am. I really am. I'm I'm just more grounded on everything. Like the horse thing, old Jason would be devastated. But I'm like, look, if that's the way things are, because that's how I don't get no anxiety anymore, man. It's not in my hands. It's in God's hands. All I got to do is be a good person and work hard. The rest is, if it happens, if it's real good, that's the only weird thing that I kind of miss is like when things are really good, I used to get really excited. And now when things are good, I go, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm going to go home.
Yeah.
Like I used to have this celebration thing about me.
Yeah.
Like if something was good, like Dave Attell asked me to do a show again on Friday. I'm doing a show with Dave Attell.
That's amazing.
And I was like, no way. That is awesome. And I'm going to do good. And when I do good, I'm going to go home. And that's it.
Yeah.
There's no, we got to get champagne. We got to get some hook it. Like, it's just go home.
Go home.
Write some more jokes. Like, what did you
go
say
home,
last night?
Eat a sandwich and enjoy.
Yeah.
Instead of chasing highs and pussy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys mentioned breakups. I have another news story. I'll ask you to fill in the blank in the headline. A woman went through a presumably pretty messy breakup, and she filmed herself blanking
Masturbating
30 times and sent the video to her ex's new chick.
That's confusing.
Wait,
Wait,
filmed
she
herself
masturbated?
fucking?
I didn't say-
masturbating.
Oh, yeah, he said blank. We're supposed to guess it.
I mean,
I like what you're doing, Michael. Appreciate it. He's making it again.
leave them alone. Leave them alone.
Yeah, but no.
But that's not what she did.
She sent crying.
No.
What did she send? Don't send nothing.
Choking herself.
Don't send nothing.
I know,
Using it, breaking it, fixing, doing the Rubik's Cube in under a few seconds, 30 times.
Can that new bitch do this?
Because that's hard to do. You ever cracked the code of a Rubik's Cube, Craig?
No.
Me neither.
I took the stickers off when I was a kid. Does not count.
Got
You have the
close
stickers around?
If my
So
ex's new
hard.
boyfriend sent me like cracking the code of a Rubik's Cube 30 times, I'd be like, son of a bitch.
I know somebody whose ex FaceTimed him while having sex with somebody new.
Oh, fuck.
dude.
This evil. What the fuck?
I think
Leave
it's
them alone.
I think it's funny.
No.
Yeah, because
he did
I
not
see,
agree.
I see that person's thing, and I'm like, oh, I feel sorry for you.
Oh, fuck all that.
Actually, I'll go one for you. Know what? I forgot. This is going back a
Evil.
little ways.
Nah.
That's how she broke up.
Oh,
what do you mean?
Evil.
She called fucking somebody else, and that's how he found out that she was breaking up with him.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wow.
That's pure evil.
But he got lucky.
Well, yeah, because he got away from an insane person.
Yeah. 'Cause
Yeah.
like if you send 30 different messages to my new girlfriend, and I'm like, well, that was a good idea that we broke up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
you have
All
that
it
in
does, 100%. All it does is validate the breakup.
Yeah.
Where you're like, you think that's going to get us back together? You just made me go, oh my God,
Yeah.
you're
Right.
insane.
Did she
Thank
do
you,
Harry
God.
Carey 30 times on video?
An impression of the Chicago Cubs announcer that Will Ferrell used to do, or
Hi. Hi.
that would be fucking amazing. I'd be like, fuck.
I'd
I'd be like,
Hi.
shit, I gave up
Hi.
the one.
Hi.
That's a caper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, she filmed herself farting
Oh.
and sent it to the new chick 30 different
Oh,
times.
I
30
like
different
her.
farts?
Yes.
Do we have video of them?
I don't know. If
I'm back in love.
Because I
That
want to hear
changes
those
things.
30 farts.
That's funny.
dude.
she's from Wales. She's from a town
That's
called
Oh,
fucking
British
funny.
farts.
Kernerfern.
Even worse.
What do they sound like? Hello. Hello, love.
Hello, governor.
Yeah, I think
Hello, Governor.
she got community service because it
Wait, it went to court for the farts?
it amounts to harassment.
Oh,
I'm sure they asked her to
God.
stop.
Dude, now
That's
everybody's a
fucking
bitch.
whack.
Yeah, you don't
You
report
took her to court.
for a fart.
Fuck the new girl more than the fart girl.
Yeah,
At first I
agreed.
was like, fuck the fart girl. Now fuck the new girl.
Yeah, the fart
I
girl-
like the fart girl.
Yeah, does the fart girl have a
Revert.
phone number?
Go back to the fart girl
Yeah.
and fuck the judge.
Yeah. Yeah, you throw that out.
Yeah. He went, what?
Wait, you're doing what? What? For what?
I
Get
say,
out of my
I
court.
say your payment is 3 more farts.
Yes. Yeah, the judge should fart on the microphone and say,
Time served.
yeah. Even Stevens.
That's hilarious.
What is the settlement?
I think she got like several months of community service.
months? I wouldn't do it and go to jail for farting.
I want to go to jail for farts.
Yeah, that's
gangster.
honorable.
What are you in for?
Farts.
I rest my case.
A
Yeah.
political fart
Call
prisoner.
me the farter. I
Yeah.
am the farter. Cuckoo, cuckoo.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
Did she do
Larry
nude?
King singing for the Beatles now.
Was it nude fart? Was it nude farts or clothing?
No way. That chick would never do nude farts.
Cake
Thank-
farts. That's so funny. I just got hit up by
Somebody
my,
farted.
my buddy. He sent. Anyways, he asked for a video for his company, and it was about farts. And it was not the same, but it's funny. It's the same universe. But this guy was farting in jars and selling them on the internet to gay men because it's a weird kink. They like sniffing straight dudes' farts.
Yeah, girls
And he's like,
farts.
how do I tell my girlfriend that this is how I've been making money?
Oh,
And then I did a
wow.
little rant. I'm like, you're a goddamn breadwinner. You keep farting, and if she's not down, then fuck her. But if she is down, tell her to get to farting.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
that's-
if you fart for a living,
Yep.
that's
a
a
good
lot
living.
of you're around a lot.
Recycle, reduce, reuse.
Yeah.
You're working at home,
Yeah.
Mhm.
so
Lower CO2 emissions and methane
Yeah.
gas.
She should
And-
handle the shipping. You guys could be partners.
Yeah.
partners. Man, and what's the difference if she cranks a couple in the jar Those guys don't know the difference.
Yeah, they don't know. Shit. They be like, that smells like a feline fart.
Yeah, you ain't gonna know
That's
that.
not a straight dude.
Keep the pussy
How
out
the
of the
fuck
job.
they know?
Yeah, that's for sure a gay fart.
Yeah, you can put on your dog's ass.
Wow, that is adorable.
Yeah. And
I mean, if everybody farts and you make money from your farts,
What's
that's
the
just an
problem?
entrepreneur, really.
Yeah.
Yep, it's a natural resource
Man,
there for us all to enjoy.
I would fart for a living.
Absolutely.
I believe you would.
Thank you, Michael. I appreciate that compliment.
I mean, we kind of do.
Right? Out of our mouths.
Yeah. For little silly fart jokes. Silly.
Finally, before we let you go, Craig, in honor, I guess, of all of the different crotch penile injuries that you've had in your life that you've detailed, have you guys seen this video? I don't know if it's new or not, of this very tough day at work for some mascot. I want to say like a baseball stadium.
Oh, no. You got line drive in the ball sack?
It's, the tough day at work, the second link. Tough day at work for mascot, yeah. I have no idea if this is new or not. It was new to me.
He railed himself.
Just the fact
Oh, no.
that the mascot face,
Oh, it's not a
Oh,
joke.
no. Rewind. Play that again.
Yeah, we didn't get
Oh,
to see
the
that.
no.
face was
How'd
so
he get there?
Yeah, they don't
perfect.
show the video of him actually hitting it.
Oh, he probably like tried
No,
to
he's-
hop over it. And,
Yeah,
like-
I'm sure that's what it was. He tried to go.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, there it is.
dude,
Yeah.
walking on a handrail with a monkey mask on, you're
Oh,
kind of asking for it.
Yeah.
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 Oh,
like
yeah.
Icarus, you flew too close to the sun.
Right.
I've been there.
I know about Icarus.
I've been there.
Faith no more. Is he faking it, or did he
No,
really
that-
do that?
I
That
don't
hurt. You
believe
can't. A strong, thin plexiglass to your
Yeah.
fucking ass.
Have you
and
ever
nut-
sacked
nut-
yourself?
What's that? Punch yourself in the dick?
No, hit a dick on the hit your rail on your dick.
I'm not like you, but yeah, I've done stupid shit drunk. I went to hop over a parking meter and I hit my dick on the top and then fell on my head. They got
wow.
like stupid stuff like that.
They
Just
found
a
out
kid.
later he ruptured his testicle.
Oh, yeah.
Dude.
Oh,
Also, it's a real
yeah.
one. Okay, that's not fun.
okay, he needs a cup. Get that man.
Does he get a raise or a bonus?
I hope he has benefits, medical. Get that man a nut doctor.
If
Ooh.
mascots have coverage, then I'm in the wrong line of work.
Oh, he has coverage, dude. He's in the
Union.
Well, it
Ooh.
depends on what level
What is-
of league that was.
Oh,
That might
that
have
Now I
wasn't-
know how
that might have
people
been
feel.
semi-pro baseball.
Oh,
I see audience members quiver when I talk about my dick jokes, my
Yeah.
injuries, and that made me feel how they feel. I went, oh God.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
I try to gently.
I've hit my sack a bunch of times. I do the riffraff at the Comedy Store, and people punch me in the balls all the time. But it's never, like
That's like adrenaline. I remember
Yeah.
being drunk and coked out and be like, punch me in the dick. And for whatever reason, at
Yeah.
that time, it doesn't matter. But then the next day, you're like, Jesus, my balls hurt.
One time I was really drunk, and I was like, I bet you can't make me spill my beer by kicking me in the nuts. And this lady was just kicking me over and over again, but she had a pointy shoe.
Oh,
And I guess
at the time, nothing. Next day, right?
in the middle of the night, I woke up and I blacked out, so I didn't know what happened. And I was like, I got punched by Chuck Liddell that night, and I got tattooed bitch underneath my backflip bitch. And when I woke up in the middle of the night, I was like, what's wrong with my arm? And I was in the bathroom, and I was like, what is that? And I just saw bitch written on my arm, and my butthole hurt. And I was like, oh my God, it's finally happened.
That was pre-gay days, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
called my friend. I was like, what did I do last night? And my butthole hurts. And he's like, relax, dude. A girl kicked you in the nuts like 17 times with a pointy shoe. Probably went up your butt. And I was like, oh, thank God.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Shortly before you had sex with Rob Gronkowski.
I left that bit out. But yeah. I did not get paid for that. But yeah.
Frank, is it
Gronkowski, isn't that a football player?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Retired now, yeah.
Nice.
Gronk. Yeah.
I like that you don't know that.
He had sex with him?
In the butt.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. No, I didn't, dude.
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean,
Wildlife.
it is fair enough
Yeah,
for you to believe that. Like, it does add up.
He's
Yeah.
lived
Maybe
a
that should be
life.
that should be our new segment, You True or False. And I'll just make up the most outrageous shit and pair it
Yeah.
with things that have
I
actually
think
happened.
the truth would be
And see-
crazier.
see if the
People would be
guest-
like, oh,
how
no
often
way.
the guest can we should do that. How
Yeah.
often the guest
Yeah,
can
that's a good
can guess.
segment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
I don't want to. Because no matter what, I'm
He's
gonna
on
lose.
his Krishna. No, drudging up the past. We on the higher
It's
vibration.
okay. I feel like I will talk about the past so that people can learn from my mistakes.
That's why I do it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I don't do it anymore.
Yeah.
And some of them, like, because you got to move on. But do I regret some of them? Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
You go, oh, shit.
Yeah, that gay thing was weird.
Yeah.
But also, I'm glad I was gay for a little bit so I can understand what it's like to be gay.
That's pretty funny. I was like, I don't think he's gay. I think he just did too much drugs. There's a difference.
Yeah, a lot of people that are straight don't believe that, but it was more just like it's like you're a junkie. Like when you first get into it, you do like the good drugs, and then when you're stinging, you'll do whatever you can get your hands on, and that's what it came to sex. Like I was just having sex with everybody, and then not a lot of you can't have sex with like 7 different girls in one day, but dudes will do it.
Yeah.
So then it just became that.
That's
and then
so
when I was
funny.
like, I don't want to do that anymore. I only sleep with people that I'm attracted to. Dudes fell off hard. I was like, oh, wow. Yeah, nah, not at all.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
That's
But I've already
so
talked about it,
funny.
so it is what it is.
Craig, is it true people can get your tour dates at craigconant.com?
Yes, craigconant.com. Craig P. Conant on all social media platforms, Instagram, TikTok, all that jazz. Coming to a city near you, got a hot hour of fire-ass true stories. Come laugh your ass off, get a hoodie. God is good, stay sober. Vibrate higher, all that good jazz. Yeah.
Story of a great American once working at a supermarket. Now
Trader
one of
Joe's grocery store,
got
11
fired
years.
for farting at Trader Joe's. And now one of the greatest comedians in the world today.
Thank you. Wow.
So
I'll take it.
get a ticket.
Usually I'm like,
wake up.
I love you. Trying to take compliments as you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
oh
I
God,
get it.
no. No, I love you.
Just
and
say
thank you.
and lie or whatever.
Thank you.
Yeah, you did.
I'm very good. I wouldn't say greatest, but I am a great storyteller. Come laugh your ass off at
He's
my,
very funny.
at my pain and
Is that okay if I say that?
Yeah, that's great. I
All right.
like that.
He's very funny.
That's true. I'm very funny.
There you go. All right. Thanks for being on the show, dude.
I love you, dog. Much love.
Don't die.
Yeah.